What is going on, you guys? Alright, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking, so I'm going to get right into the review because I absolutely love this movie, and I have a lot to say, so this is my review of Blades of Glory. Alright, the story goes, two male ice skaters, yeah, just go with it, they absolutely hate each other at first, and they get in a fight, physical fight, after they both, win the tournament, if you will, and they tie, and they get into a massive fight, and they get banned from the singles division for life. Cut to years later, and one of them, Jimmy, his stalker fills him in on this, that he's only been banned from the singles division. He can compete in pairs division. And, well, at first he has trouble finding a partner, and he bumps into the other skater named Chaz. And they get into a fight, and it makes, the headline news. And no lie, Jimmy's old coach sees the fight and literally sees how they can lift each other up and toss each other. I'm not even kidding. That's how he came up with the idea of the two of them being a pair. And when they go to sign up, everyone was just like, hey, you're banned, you're banned, you're banned. Actually, I'm not here to sign up Jimmy McAvoy or Chaz Michaels. I'm here to sign up the pairs of Jimmy McAvoy and Chaz Michaels. And it makes headlining news. Like, everyone's just like, oh my god, two guys ice skating? Oh my god, it's the end of times. Everyone, save the Pope, look after the king, or queen, because she was still alive at this point. Run for your lives! Really? It's not that big a deal. Even in 2007 when this movie came out. Seriously. And it's revealed that the villains of the story, Fairchild and Straz, I'm not even going to try to pronounce their last name. Basically, it's Amy Poehler and Will Arnett. They are absolute monsters. They cheat every time they win. And they have their sister Katie, played by Jenna Fisher. I'm going to contain myself for now. But they have their sister Katie go and spy on Chaz and Jimmy. And so that's pretty much how they operate. Then I swear to God, after Jimmy and Chaz win the Nationals, after that, Chaz calls up the other, whatever, the villains, and he's just like, honestly, just having Chaz pretty much coach Jimmy into what to say, and Fairchild and Straz telling Katie what to say. Honestly, I'm surprised that I was able to contain my laughter.
Yo, hi, it's the Mac Attack.
You know, you just caught me getting out of the shower.
She just got out of the shower. Oh, we like, I had to call her.
Do I even need a joke? Can't that just be funny? Honestly, I don't know what's funnier, the fact that those two actors, who are absolute sweethearts in real life and never would say those lines, had to, or the fact that it actually freaking worked. Because they go on a date, and it ends up, well, this happening. I've heard people say that usually the first kiss is usually awkward. Well, my first kiss was never that awkward. My first kiss was definitely not that awkward. But whatever, it's funny. Then it's revealed that Chaz goes to a sex addicts meeting, And sure enough, Fairchild and Straz tell Katie, all right, focus on Chaz. Break Jimmy's heart. Because you see, their parents died. And Fairchild and Straz used that because Katie was in the car with them and they died. They basically blamed Katie for their parents' death. So they blackmailed Katie into doing stuff that she doesn't want to do. It's just like so unnecessarily mean. Don't worry, I'll get to it in the character section. But anyway, so they pretty much tell her, sleep with Chaz, break Jimmy's heart. So she goes to the sex addicts meeting and...
Hi. Sorry I'm late. I was, having sex.
I'm trying to contain my laughter because Jenna Fisher is an absolute sweetheart. I don't know what's more funny, the fact that she said it, just the unconvincing, like, oh my god, I have to say this line. I'm not sure, I can't tell if it's the Katie character being uncomfortable or Jenna Fisher herself being uncomfortable. I can't tell. But either way, it's funny. And so she ends up inviting Chaz back to her room, while obviously inviting Jimmy to her room. And she can't go through with it, but Jimmy walks in while Chaz has his hand on her tits. I would have filmed that footage, but I just don't have the heart. And obviously Jimmy thinks, oh my god, they both betrayed me. And then Chaz does this.
Don't wanna close my eyes, don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, Jimmy.
So I miss you, Blue. You're my boy, Blue. I miss you. And then, of course, Fairchild literally handcuffs Jimmy to the stall in the men's room and pretty much reveals to him that Katie didn't cheat on him. And Straz goes out of his way to try to take Chaz out. And he thinks he succeeds. But then Chaz makes it to the competition.
I didn't sleep with Katie!
Okay, we can discuss that later. You kind of have to be down here right now.
And stop shrieking when you're drunk, Chaz. It's embarrassing. And then he gets to the ice, quickly changes into his outfit, and they blow the competition out of the water. And it's shown that they went from being absolute enemies to basically being best friends.
We've been practicing.
Just taught me some stuff.
Phrasing. Then all's well and ends well, and Fairchild and Straz get arrested because reasons. And that's the end of the movie. Honestly, it's so freaking funny. I'm surprised I haven't reviewed this movie yet. I freaking love this movie. Chaz, it's pretty much Will Ferrell doing his thing. And honestly, I'm glad he grows as a person, because at first he kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. While Jimmy is this obviously down-to-earth guy, and he's just like, if you can dream it, you can do it type characters. And the fact that when I try to describe this movie, I literally phrase it like, imagine if Buddy the Elf and Napoleon Dynamite were an ice skating duo. That sentence, just saying that sentence out loud, pretty much sums it up. And obviously I've pretty much fanboyed a little bit on Jenna Fisher as Katie, because I freaking love Jenna Fisher. And Amy Poehler. Alright, so Amy Poehler, I don't have a problem with you, but you always play characters that are either egotistical or just plain mean. And And the Mean Girls nerd in me will not let this review end until I mention this. But yes, both actresses have appeared in Mean Girls. Jenna in the remake and Amy Poehler in the original. But whereas Jenna's character in the Mean Girls remake gave us an absolute angel, Amy Poehler, you gave us the she-devil. I want to add really quick. Okay, Rachel McAdams, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. If I ever see you in real life, please don't kill me. And Straz, Will Arnett, you sucked as Shaggy. Don't get me wrong. I love Amy Poehler and I love Will Arnett. But Will Arnett, you sucked as Shaggy. Alright, so what I didn't like is Fairchild and Straz guilt-tripping Katie. Because, like, I understand that they're just evil, and they're just doing that just to be evil, but you can't blame your sister for your parents' death. It was an accident. It just eats at me that they do that.
My brother's new girlfriend! Oh, and she is not a whore!
So stop saying she is, Angela. It's so final thoughts. Alright, I just love this movie. I love this movie. I love this cast, and honestly, it amazes me how this movie has actually aged pretty well. I mean, for 2007, I thought the homophobic humor wouldn't age very well, but unfortunately, it does kind of fit our current social climate. But overall, this movie is just, it's hilarious, it's heartfelt. I love the message at the end. You can turn an enemy into a friend. And John Heder, please come back to like on-screen roles. You're awesome as a voice actress, but please come back. I know I made fun of you for being Napoleon Dynamite, but I love Napoleon Dynamite. And Amy Poehler, stop playing bitches. Will Arnett, try to be Matthew Lillard. Otherwise, don't be Shaggy. And Jenna Fisher, I will always love The Office over Parks and Rec. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Come at me. But anyway, until next time, stay positive and stay awesome, everyone. See ya.